Hey sinners, welcome to our seventh AMA and also our final AMA for pre-mint. We probably won't hold the AMA until 1 or 2 weeks after mint, since we would need some time to recoup and get things ready for post-launch, because we have a lot planned. We're making sure we keep the ball rolling. Only 5 days till mint now. I'm sure a lot of you are as excited as we are. Things are really in crunch time behind the scenes, and we're doing our best to deliver a really amazing mint day for you all. In terms of updates, because we want to keep this a short AMA, because it really is just going over final things now and giving you guys a little bit of updates. Um, so the final generation of the Deadly Sins is done. It completed today. I did all the stress testing, all the trait record distributions, the sneak peeks, everything. Everything is all perfect in there. I've had a brief look so far, and it's looking amazing. I really think it's going to be a top tier collection in the Cardano community. It is amazing. Fan has done an amazing job, and we're so excited to show you all. I'll definitely be checking through it again just to make sure the metadata lines up and everything's good, and we'll be ready to upload it. And what do I mean by this? We're going to be uploading onto DNFT tools so that rarity can be cached straight away. So when we mint, people can know their rarity very quickly instead of having to wait a day or so like some projects do. Um, we're also making sure it's all on the IPFS system and getting it all ready for the mint. In terms of mint, actually, the mint website is ready. Solly is actually going to be filming a how-to mint video today, hopefully, and it'll be uploaded for you guys tomorrow. It's just so you guys know what to expect and how to go about it when the day comes. In terms of what we're doing now, we're in our final stages of marketing and making sure Mint Day is ready for everyone and planning our post Mint as well. We have some crazy collaborations coming up, some actual real metaverse partnerships post Mint. It's looking very, very promising. In terms of the last days as well, we have some 2 more sneak peeks to show. Well, actually 3 for Phantoms because they get an extra one. Uh, well, tomorrow there will be one. It's not a one of one, but it is a very special one in the collection, and that's all I'm going to say on it. I haven't even shown the rest of the team yet. It's just what me and Amy have seen and created. I think you guys will be very excited to see it. Um, there will also be a one of one sneak peek the day before Mint. Amy is spending a lot of time on these, and we have shown very select people who don't want them getting out. And all the feedback is they really are probably, if not the best, like one of ones, like stand out in the collection you'll see. So they are very amazing and really stand out. And yeah, we're all set now. There's 5 days left. The team is all working really hard to deliver, and I hope you're as excited as we are. We just finished filming the marble races actually, because there was two. One for the final Phantom spot, which is now full. Congrats, Nipes, and also for 50 Ada, which Java won. So that was a really good race. There was a Hell's House looking one and a Demon Overworld Realm looking one. So it was really cool. All right. That's actually it just for the updates. It really is just crunch time and getting things right now. So we deliver for you guys. All the websites are set up. We're making sure all our channels and Discord's ready. So yeah, we're ready, and we hope you're ready to mint your Deadly Sins 2 on the 23rd. So we should be able to go through some questions now in the AMA comments. Before that, if there's anyone who is in the listening party who wants to add any questions now, this could be a good time to ask away. 20 ADA for the best question. That's completely okay. Don't worry, this happens every so often. It's just best to listen sometimes, just get updated. We have a few questions in the AMA comments, and if any of you want to unmute your mic to ask questions later on, just let us know. What's the first question, Solly?
So first question's from Zaya. He's asking about the Phantom keys. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll just read it all out. As we know, phantom keys are the main asset wanted by all people, and the reason why many people have grinded to become phantoms. So post mint, I hear you're going to be able to sell your phantom key, and if you're lucky enough, someone that's already um, someone that's already a phantom will be able to buy it and have two phantom keys. Meaning slowly, if phantoms buy different phantom keys, the number of phantoms will keep reducing, eventually becoming very low. So how will this whole process work? The answer to that is that is exactly how the process will work. You're going to be able to sell your key, and if another phantom buys it, then your spot gets eaten up, and then there's one less phantom.
I can't imagine Phantoms selling for very cheap. So Phantoms buying on Phantoms, they have to be quite the whale to do that because I really don't imagine Phantoms selling for cheap. They've grinded very hard, and the benefits of holding this key is just so high. So I don't really see how someone could hold multiple keys unless I don't know uh, Charles Hoskins. Uh, all right, what's
No,
the second part of the
yeah,
question?
question two. It's a repeat of the question from last week, so I'm just gonna skip over that. We'll go to the other one.
Hmm.
Um, Last AMA, you mentioned hiring a new developer and programmer to help out, therefore basically expanding the team. Same thing for other aspects, like XD, who is going to be helping us with merch. So, will these specialists that are coming to help enter the inner circle, so the demon lords, or will they be part of the mods?
Okay, so when it comes to expanding our team, we said last week that we already have people contracted that we just have good business relationships with some of our things, such as 3D meta developments and getting all that sorted. Um, so a lot of our plans is actually sourced from business relations, and we have that all set out. In terms of the programmer, I actually like in terms of staking, it's all set up with mutants now, so that's all good. I'm think I'll be fine, honestly, on my own, doing a lot of the things needed. But yes, if there is a programmer I could find who has some experience in Cardano as well, who'd like to help me out with it, and he's providing great value. I don't see why not someone could join the core team as a second developer. Like the more dev, the better for the community. That is, or we could just source them as a business relation, as like a paid one-off sort of thing. But it's as I could only ever see one more person joining, or one or max two joining the core team from now. But I really think it will most likely just be sourced and myself for that. So I don't think we need to worry about more people and things getting more complicated. We have it all very structured behind the scenes. Sorry.
Okay. Um, Next question, question number three.
Mhm.
After seeing how Moonboy's mint went, can you reassure similar success to the, I guess that says the same
Same.
done as
Yeah.
Moonboy's?
Yeah, Moonboys have done quite well with their post mints. They sold out very quickly within an hour, and there's a lot of high volume going on in the marketplace and high purchase sales. It Some people are like, oh, it's slightly below mint. Well, that doesn't matter. That's paper hands for you. Uh, As paper hands get swept up, more people want to be involved in the project. Their full price is going to go up. They have a very talented team, and I'm very sure that they'll do very well. I'm personally holding 10 of them. So, yeah, as you can see in their marketplace activity, they have a lot of high ADA sales, some even going into like 600s and some going for thousands for one of ones. Dot, who's in here, sold his for a space button to Maida. So there really is a lot of high volume going on. So that's very reassuring for investors. So Moonboys did great. I can reassure similar success for us. We have a very strong community. I feel we have a very intact mint service already lined up with the Cardano Crocs Club. They have serviced very high volume mints before, and we have been organizing it in a large span of time to make sure we get it right for how we've scheduled it. If you are unsure about our schedule, please head to our YouTube channel of the Mint schedule and how it's going down. So it'll be Phantoms, Fallen Angels, and then Public, and we will be making sure we update our community regularly throughout. We have everything already set up for post mint. So as long as our strong community stays this way, I don't see no reason why we can't succeed as well and do well in the current market.
Good answer. Okay,
Thank you.
so question, oh shoot, that was question 3. So question 4. Investing
Mhm.
in these NFTs is basically a fun way to support startup companies. Do you see this venture also as a company or a decentralized company? I think you guys have a great plan and planning, but will holders be, oh, but for example, will holders be able to vote on business decisions?
I really like that question.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I do see it as a way of people investing in a startup company and believing in us. We have a lot of people who believe in us, so very much a big thank you to all of you. I have always treated this as a business, and same here for Solly and the rest of the team. We're very professional behind the scenes and making sure everything is lined up and ready. I actually am thinking post mint. I live in the UK, you see, setting up an LTD for these sort of things. In terms of business decisions, we very much are based around community opinion and how people feel on things. Hence why we have a bank log channel as well. So you can see our purchases and how we're directing things. In the Phantom Lounge chat, we have a Phantom Alerts channel where there's polls held. So there are changes here and there that are already made, which are technically changes in business decisions. So that already is happening. And I think you're spot on that we see this as a company, and we're going to be setting it up as a actual real company, and holders definitely will be able to vote on business decisions. Um, as Phantoms have polls now, maybe I could set something up for the holder roles for polls as well. So that's definitely something we can look into, and I definitely will be doing that. So yeah, great question.
So we
Actually,
got,
oh,
oh
sorry.
yeah, what's
I
up?
was gonna say that with that last question actually with the polls and stuff. There was actually quite an important poll recently.
Yeah, I was
Um
gonna,
yeah, whoops. It was with the metaverse land. We'll be mentioning this in our next deadly paper, which we're aiming to release within the next 2 to 3 days. So before our mint, don't worry. We've been quite busy, so sorry about that. Um, with our first metaverse land purchase, um, yes, we will still be buying a Pavia estate in due time, but the Phantoms ultimately believe that, and we as a team also agree that at the moment, what Cornucopias is showing with how things are going to be released and the world building they're creating and all the benefits our community could receive, it might do us best to have this as the first metaverse we build on and get right, and then expand. So we have a lot of Cornucopias fans in here. I'm a fan myself. So yes, our first purchase will be um, we haven't actually declared the size, but it will be large or bigger than that, either epic or copias. We're still deciding, and we'll look at the what will be best for our community. Honestly, depending on the price of copias, I don't know how much they are now. That could be good for us in terms of the space available to help with our creations, such as the maze we're on about. Because nothing wrong with Pavia. It's just we haven't. There's still a lot to see with them, and they still have a lot to show. Whereas with cornucopias, we know they'll have that space available for us to do things such as that haunted maze and all these different cool Hell's House quirks. So yeah, that's a big change that has been made from a phantom poll, so a business decision. So yeah.
yeah, I think it's also important to note that the um metaverse land, like all our wallets and then the bank log channel, it's open to everyone, and I think that's important because it will promote like healthy discussion even if you aren't part of the Phantom Lounge where we do like a lot of the votes. It's a way for you to see what we are doing, and you can comment on it if you feel like you don't agree, or if you do like what we're doing, then you can comment on it as well. So I think that's really healthy to have that layer of transparency between us and the community, so you all know exactly what we're doing.
Completely agree. Is there any more questions?
Yeah, we have a couple more. Um,
Hmm.
from Sinner D and Disick. Uh,
Okay.
both about the final generations today. So does that mean we're not gonna, or not all the sneak peeks will be generated? And then Disick says, does final generation mean the Deadly Sins is not generating any more NFTs after this one? Because I'm gonna die if that happens.
Okay. Um, so basically, all the sneak peeks you've seen up to until now have been added into the code which we have just finished generating. For the sneak peek tomorrow, that has also been added to the collection since we planned that one in advance. And the only other two sneak peeks you guys will see is the public one of one we're showing the day before Mint. That's a one of one, so it'll be in our collection. And we're also showing the Phantoms, another one of one, the day before that. So um, that's also going to be in our collection. So all sneak peeks and everything you'll see will be in the collection. Don't need to worry about that. I should have probably been more clear with that in the previously. Sorry. So good question. Um, so final generation. Okay, so this is the generation for the this part of the Deadly Sins coming to an end. We do have future plans and things happening, and we are not going to actually be saying too much on it because we want to keep it a surprise. And Solly will kill me if I do any more spoils on AMAs and him having to edit all these little cuts and stuff. So, but yes, you don't need to worry. So you'll have stuff in the future too. And all I'm going to say is it will benefit you holding these NFTs. That's all I'm going to say. Um, okay, is there any more? Should TDS consider making a game? Whew, I love that. So actually, this is not something I've even really discussed with the team properly, but it's not confirmed. But for the people helping us with Unreal Engine 5, which is also going to be with Cornucopias, so the people who are helping us for Hell's House with that have previously mentioned how if this business relationship goes well, there is open room for things like this. So they're creating a game. They're going to be releasing their project soon, and we've already partnered with them behind the scenes. They're called Speed Thrones, so we will display and plug them in due time and educate you about them. But yeah, a game is potentially on the table. So, and they have a very talented team on board to make it amazing. Like literal cornucopias level of talent. They are amazing. A shout out to them. We'll know if someone paper hands Phantom keys. Oh yeah, if someone paper hands it, I'm sure someone will buy it up very quickly. If you see all the perks associated with it, we'll make sure to outline them more clearly in the next Deadly paper, which is coming out quite shortly. Awesome.
Tings
Is that
has
all
typing
the?
up.
Oh, was I typing up one more question or something? I don't know. Well, let's wait for that. I think, as myself and Solly have said, this is a bit of a short array of makes. So we wanted to update everyone what's happening before launch and getting everyone up to date with everything. So I think Zia's actually stopped typing. So I think we're going to leave it like that. Zia, if you have your questions still on the way, we can answer that for you personally. Oh yeah, before we conclude, what was the best question? I think let's split it among Zia and Niels, so you get 10 ADA each. I think that Zia asked a bunch of questions that were all good, and Niels asked a very very good question. So yeah, I think we'll give you 10 ADA each for your input, and I'll give XP to everyone else who asked questions too. All right. Well, thank you for joining the seventh Deadly Sins AMA, and we were excited to see you on the 23rd. and we'll be really glad to see your deadly sins where you showcase them, be it Twitter or on our channels. All right, peace, sinners.
Zora forgot to say bye.
Awesome.